Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, no, we're not going to go into the periodic table. Y'all know y'all can go ahead and get into that without me. But, we're to talk about spiritual weapons. Now, we've discussed ways to get closer to the Creator, right? And how to build a foundation for our spirituality and or religion, right? Which is by fasting, praying, having faith, putting a little work and effort or a lot, behind said faith. Exercising, eating good, keeping a clean heart, clean spirit, clean mind, right? Those are also weapons. Those are weapons for the spirit. But I want to get a little bit deeper into what I mean by spiritual weapons. As you ascend, you're going to get attacked, right? You are going to become this big ball of light in this darkness. Remember, we talked about, how you become brighter in your aura, and the darkness obviously is like, wait a minute, you're too bright. So not only are you exposing me, I can't see a damn thing because this is unfamiliar, right? I don't like it, right? So as you ascend, you're going to not only stand out, but become more attractive. And you need to be able to ward things off when certain events happen, like attempts to steal energy or exploit you for your gifts in any kind of way, in ways where one could become abundant, right? That would be one way. Your dreams, right? Your dreams being attacked, coming into your dreams to pretty much taint your consciousness, taint your spirit, and consume your essence overall, right? The attempt to draw energies from your chakras, right? And we've discussed all of this. But let's kind of look at some ways to combat those things, right? Let's say you're walking down the street and you're walking past a vampire and they attempt to draw energy from your sacral, right? So you may feel a rise in sexual energy. You may get a little hot. You may think of actual sex, right? You may get a vision or just feel erotic or neurotic at that moment. Not only can you dispel and disarm the person attempting to pull from you, you can jig them right in the gut. You can jig them right in the neck, all right, as you stop them from attempting to draw from you. And I mean literally, as you would fight a person, right, as you would walk up to a person or square up with a person and swing back, you do the same exact thing in your mind, but within your energy. I'm giving you guys game right now, alright? This is game. If you sense someone is attacking you, now these attacks don't have to be direct contact, right? You don't have to make direct contact with a person for them to spiritually attack you. They could use your picture, they could use your name. It's a lot of different things, right, that can be done. Your belongings. okay, your DNA, people that are close to you, people that love you can be turned against you with this energy and these spirits. It gets that real. And obviously there has to be some root of hate, envy, jealousy, demise, disdain, whatever, in order, for this energy, because it's being used as a springboard. So it's very important to understand your circle, number one, because that energy, you're also... Sorry, I got a phone call. Where were we? Okay, yeah, so your environment is indeed important, because not only are you soaking up that energy, people that you are close to are also soaking up your energy. So depending on what they're doing with it, you can be gravely affected by it, right? So you have to be wary. You never know what a person is out there doing with the energy, whether you gave it to them freely or they stole it, because sometimes people do freely give energy and they're freely aware. I was like that. I used to freely give energy, physical and spiritual energy, right? I used to pass it out like candy. So it's nothing wrong with that, especially if you have good intentions. But the issue is that people will, again, misuse and abuse your energy. So that's the problem. Now, the next thing that we needed to look at before we even get into some other examples is, before you rest, because this is your most vulnerable state. I mean, of course, the prayer over yourself and whatever you want to pray for, set up like you're actually gonna be fighting a war, like literally, especially if you're actively being attacked in your spirit. Put it in your mind that you are going through a daily battle. Every day you have to look forward. And I'm not saying like focus on the negative, but you have to look forward to the possibility that the warfare is going to come and you don't know how it's going to look. So you have to be prepared in your spirit. So again, the same way you would physically fight is the same way you would literally in your spirit, in your mind, prep for that same energy that someone may be throwing at you. Have your guard up. Be on defense. Now, if you're passive, right? If you're a passive person and you don't feel the need to be aggressive, whether you're a man or a woman, you can do that. That's also a weapon. Love is always a weapon. But I will tell you that it can definitely be a weakness when you're being attacked, because people will play on that. It's the strongest energy, and vampires can smell that a mile away. It's often mistaken for stupidity, softness, being naive, right? So even when you are vibrating on the proper energy, you can still be attacked. That's when you're most vulnerable, because they're like, oh no, you are too freaking much light and love. And we like to have the dark because we have secrets and we like to hide things. We don't like the truth because we do things in secret, in the dark. Because obviously these things are shameful. Or else, why would we have to cover? You would be proud of the things you engage in, of the things you know, the things, that have allowed you to prosper in life, if they weren't shameful. But moving on. So yeah, as you develop in your spirit, in your gifts and abilities, you're gonna notice that you're gonna get these tests, right? They're not gonna be traditional, conventional arguments and fights. It's going to be things, related to sex, money, drugs, all of the things that are typical, and we may call them temptation, but it's definitely the war for your spirit. Your morale has to be intact. And I'm not saying, you have to be perfect, because we're human. It's never going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. Alright, we're going to slip up every day. You're going to do something that reminds you that you need to work on yourself. Alright? But you'll also notice things that you can be proud of. Like, okay, I can see in that area I have grown. Okay? So, again, equilibrium, right? Balance. But in all reality, this war is not physical. So the way that you fight can't be physical. That's the overall purpose, right? Like I said, bop him in the head. Like, in your mind, like, don't even play with me. Like, do you know and you can have weapons, right? I have a rope. I have a rope in spirit. And as soon as people come to me with that, I'm like, whack, whack. I even hang people. Sometimes I even strangle people when they come for me. You can do that. It's not illegal. You are defending yourself. You can always, call on the angels and the ancestors. But sometimes, well, let me make the differentiation. The ancestors are within you. So when certain energies come out of certain places, that's them speaking and coming, helping through you at that time, right? But the spirits will have things outside of you to come and assist. So it may be an animal, it may be an elderly person, it may be a baby, it may be a random person, it may be something falling out the sky, right? God is crazy like that. He always has his ways and his plans and just how he does everything. Okay? But before we go, remember, this is not a physical fight. So the ways in which we are prone to defending ourselves, we have to switch up and become a little more effective and less strenuous on our health. You have to be on point in all of your realities, right? So that's where the prayer comes in. Prayer covers you in all of your dimensions. Your voice is your power. That's your sword, your truth. Okay, so that is how you ignite your protection, your ascension, your prosperity, your peace. That's how you get all those things to work for you with your voice, because you're echoing. Remember, this is one big glass, and that's another thing you can do. Put your mirrors up, put fire up, put water up, right, in your energetic field. Literally, think of those things and have them in your spirit. I'm giving y'all game, super jewels. You could flood a nigga out, you could burn them out, or when they put something up to you, whatever it is, it's reflecting back to them immediately. Alright? But I'm gonna end here. I do love y'all. I'm not supposed to say I'm gonna end it here no more, because people be saying I had to switch it up. From now on, I'm supposed to say, I think, like, alright, I'm gonna go and get up out of here. Alright, but I hope y'all drinking your water, eating y'all fruit and y'all vegetables, and sipping on y'all own tea, because it's free. Love y'all. Peace.